Okay, at the 2.0 score on the Windows Journal Microsoft OneNote proficiency scale, the first thing we want you to be able to do with Windows Journal is be able to create notes and be able to write those notes, as well as using note templates, um, using the tablet pen and the tablet on the laptop. Now, I'm currently using a Cuomo to direct things here, but so we'll go to the Start menu and we'll go to Windows Journal. And what the default is on Windows Journal is they give you a blank note that you're ready to just go ahead and start writing on. So my pen is selected here. So let's say I'm working on math notes. And you can label them up here. Math notes. So that's how to get a new note started. Just the default they give you there. Now to create a new note, you go up here to this icon here and click New Note. And now you've got another blank note, as well as the other note that you were previously working on. If you scroll down to the Windows Journal icon on the taskbar, you got your original note as well as your new note right there. So that's how to get started with creating a note as well as being able to write on the note using Windows Journal. Also, you can create a new note from the template, and that's going up to File and New Note from Template. Now they give you a few different options here, and you can create these templates yourself as well. But for now, we'll just stick with these different ones here. So we'll choose Graph as an example, as one of the templates. So now, if you were working in math, once again, you've got basically a piece of graph paper right here that you can take notes right off of. So if you were, working with shapes here, or working with maybe a number line here, you've got the graph paper right there to be able to work on that with. So that is how to create a note from a template. Something else we want you to be aware of at the 2.0 for Windows Journal is if I write, let's say I write the word last. Now what I can do is, once I'm done making all my notes, provided I write fairly accurately to where the program can read it, if I go up to the selection tool and I highlight the word last and I go up to actions, you can convert the selection into an email, or you can convert it to handwriting to text, which I'll show you here. So if I go to handwriting to text, it makes sure that that's the converted text, which it is, last. I go to OK, and then you can either copy it to the clipboard, or you can insert it into the note that you're working with, and it replaces the handwritten note. So if I go to finish, there's the word last in typed form. And if I, like I said, if I go through let's say I'm taking a bunch of notes here, handwritten, and if I write them accurately enough to where the program can read them, and I go to that selection tool, and then I go into actions and convert it to text, it will convert your handwritten items into typed, which it's just an option just to, if you want to have your notes be a little more organized, a little more easy to read since it's typed. Now for Microsoft OneNote, what we want to be able to do at the 2.0 scale is use it to organize various subjects through something that we call sections in Microsoft OneNote. So if I go to OneNote here, and as we had touched on before, OneNote keeps track of everything that you've got going on at one time, sort of like a trapper keeper that we used to use in school. So to create a new section, so for example, if you wanted to have maybe like math, history, and then you wanted to create a new section with, let's say, science. So you go to create a new section, which is located right there. Now type in science, and now there you go. You've got the science tab located on top there, and you can put everything, if you're a student, or a teacher for that matter, you can put everything science related into that tab. Any notes or documents. Also, if you're a teacher, you can also go the route of maybe period 1, period 2, period 3, period 4 and store your maybe your grading papers that way. Those are just a couple of different ideas to be able to organize your notes and documents in Microsoft OneNote. So at the 2.0 scale with OneNote, we want to be able to create the OneNote notebook, which to do that, to create a new notebook, you go to File and New. Now you've got New Notebook, and you can store your notebook on a few different things, on a few different passages here. It doesn't have to necessarily be on your computer, although you can select My Computer, or you can do it from the web, which means that you can access this notebook that you're working on from any computer or browser. You can also share it with others. You can also put it onto the network, which is another sharing option, also on SharePoint, as well as My Computer, which would be just for you. And then if you type in the name of the notebook, we'll just go Test Notebook for the time being. And I've got My Computer highlighted currently, so then it'll ask for my location, and it's currently under Documents, under Tech Documents, but you can go to Browse, and for now we'll just go to Desktop, and hit Select, and then Create Notebook. And that automatically takes you into your new notebook then, and you can start working. So if I go to Close, here's my test notebook here on the desktop. And when you go to the folder Test Notebook, there will always be a default here that says Open Notebook, or you can just start into your section that you maybe had been previously working on. At the 2.0 for Microsoft OneNote, there's a couple things that we want you to be aware of. There's the Insert tab, which is where you can find placing pictures and files into your OneNote. Also the Draw tab, which is located right here. So if I go into a tab here, I'm in the Math tab, and I'm under the Draw icon. Now you have a lot of the similarities that you had in Windows Journal, where you've got your black pen, you've got a red pen, blue pen there. Now you can go down here and take whatever notes you want to take in here. Got the highlighter option, which is right there. So if I want to highlight something specifically. So you also have the you can convert the ink to text, which is a lot like the Windows Journal, where if I write word last right there, convert it, and then it becomes text. So a lot of similar things as far as writing with Windows Journal compared to Microsoft OneNote, and that's under the Draw tab, which is located right there. Just in summary, what we want you to be able to do with 2.0 scale with Windows Journal, being able to just create and write those notes and note templates using the tablet pen and the tablet on the laptop. And as far as OneNote, being able to create a new notebook, being able to create sections in that notebook to provide for optimal organization.